practicing this meditation for about 15 years now. I thank everybody there, the management, for the opportunity for me to present this to you. The objective of the session, I'll introduce the Sahaj Yoga technique to you a little bit, but I think the objective of the session is not just to sit here and give you a lecture. It's basically about the practical part of it. So, we're in current situation where coronavirus and everybody's kind of stuck at home and working from home or studying from home. And I know this is causing a lot of trouble to many people, whether it's stress or anxiety about the future. To me too, it caused a little bit of a trouble, but I think thankfully I have this technique that I've been practicing for a long time, and it really helps me. So I just feel that it's important for everybody out there, whoever is there, join the session. It's a great opportunity for you to be a part of it as well. Now, Sahaj Yoga technique was introduced by Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. She was the founder, and this was developed in 1970. And she traveled all over the world where she introduced the Sahaj Yoga, and now it's been practiced by millions of people in over 100 countries. So as I said, I'm also one of them. I've been practicing it for a long time, and everything that I talk about here today, in this session, it'll be purely based on my own experience, and it'll be purely based on fact. And since many of you are actually, probably all of you are from the technical background, you also understand the importance of a practical approach and a scientific approach. So we will talk about these things as well. So this is not mere just a meditation for the sake of it, or a meditation technique just because we call it. There is a scientific proof behind it, which I'll talk about, and then you'll also see that in the experience when we get to the experience part of it. So this has been, as I said, this has been there for a long time, and it is now practiced at various corporate houses, just to name a few, like Deloitte, State Bank of India, KPMG, and many other big companies. My own airline where I work, United Airlines. So in many other big companies, it is being now practiced on a regular basis. Apart from that, educational institutions, we've been conducting these sessions at schools, colleges, MIT University, GD Goenka, all of these places. This is being practiced on a regular basis. And apart from that, hospitals. I just conducted a session at JP Hospital in Noida a while back, and the doctors, the admin community who was there in the session, they really liked it so much, and they really want us to now do follow-up sessions for the patients as well. So this is something which has been practiced in all kind of institutions, and a lot of people are gaining from it. And as I said, if you can see, as it's written here, experience is the key. It's not theoretical knowledge. It's all about the experience, which you will get to in a short while. Let me give you a little bit of a background, how it can help. So if you look at current situation, or otherwise, when we're in the corporate world or when we are studying, I know there's a lot of faculty here that has joined. I welcome all of you to this session. Today's environment, today's situation, not just because of Corona, but otherwise our lifestyle, it is so much exhausting. It creates so much of burnout that we see. If you really look at this slide, this really tells us about the qualities that a person needs to have usually in his life, his or her life, and also more so in the student life or the corporate life. So we all have these kind of qualities, and we try to use these qualities, we try to integrate these qualities to get the best out of us when it comes to the productivity and the efficiency. Now, what happens is the situation, whether it's our work pressures, whether it's the current situation, any of the situation is creating a lot of pressure on us mentally. And that is exhausting us, leading to burnout, and then it disintegrates the entire system. So we know how to do things, but we are not able to manage things very well. I'm sure many of you must be noticing that. I have noticed that in my personal and professional life, that when things hit you very badly, when there is stress, when there is anxiety, all these things are there, all these qualities seem to disintegrate completely. And we are not able to use them to a full potential. So whether it's effectiveness, creativity, confidence, we all know these terms. It's nothing new to you. But to be able to use these things, these qualities inside us is something that doesn't happen because they disintegrate because of all the pressure that we have. And then what happens? This kind of disintegration is leading to the imbalance inside our system. And, you know, I work in the corporate world and I'm heading an airline in India. And by virtue of that, I get to meet a lot of people, my peers, my friends in the industry, and I also get to conduct some of these sessions as well. And I see one thing which is very common now, that you see this is kind of a vicious cycle. So people are facing anxiety that is leading to jealousy, ineffectiveness, and end of the day, your performance becomes very mediocre. So people who are not able to perform at the full potential, whether it's studies, whether it's work, it's only because it's not because they're not able, they don't have that kind of quality. It's because the system is completely disintegrated and they're not able to put it together. As we, very normally say that one needs to have a very balanced head on top of shoulders. So once we lose that balance because of all these issues, this is the kind of cycle that you see here. So, and usually it starts with the anxiety. I'll talk about these things a little bit more when we go further. And then jealousy and ineffectiveness, then eventually our performance becomes very mediocre. And all of these things are leading to each other. End of the day, it is causing a lot of stress to us. I just want to show you something, as I said, it's more to do with the proof. It's more to do with the supporting and the backing that I can tell you this study that shows. So this is something which is one of the researches that has been done in UK, and you can see the website which has been here down there, right at the bottom right of the slide. And this institution called meditationresearch.co.uk has done some research on Sahaj Yoga meditation. And these are the findings. So this is all in the public domain. You can always access this website and find out what else is written. I've just picked up some couple of important things just to show you. So I just want to focus on a couple of things here. One is the first one, which is the major cause of the, which is one of the major issues today. That is depression, of course, all of you know. And depression might be sounding to some people as a very extreme word, but a lot of people that I've met do not even know or understand that they are going through various phases of depression. And that can, and without even realizing that's depression, it is really creating a very negative impact inside them, leading to what I said earlier, all the issues that I talked about in the previous slide. Now, the study says, if you look at this first part, which is depression, the blue bar is basically the set of people that feel, that this set of people felt that we can control our own depression, or we can do it through the help of a psychiatrist, or basically through some sort of a mental activity. And the other bar is basically the set of people who practiced Sahaj Yoga meditation for a while, and then you see the difference in terms of the impact. So people who really did it, try to control on their own, vis-a-vis people who followed the meditation, there was a marked difference in terms of the improvement. Similarly, other things, I just want to talk about a thing here, which is anxiety. This is also a very common trait, especially when I talk to some of the people in the corporate world today. Even in these days, this issue of COVID, the way it's spreading out, the way it's impacting the economy, personal and professional lives, leading to a lot of domestic issues and everything else. This is because it's causing a lot of anxiety to the people. When you're not sure of the future, when you're not sure how things will end up in next few months, a lot of people are losing their jobs, a lot of people are getting salary cuts. People don't understand how things are shaping up in the future. This causes a lot of anxiety, and this anxiety is creating a lot of, your heartbeat gets very fast. All these things start happening to you, and then it leads to the issue of depression and other things. So again, same set of people, and you can see the difference. So And I just want to show you the last one here, which is the emotional expression. And this is what we have seen mainly with kids. You probably have kids at home, the young generation, 15, 16. I have a son who's 16 years of age. And these people are, because of these anxiety issues or other issues, they feel it's very difficult for them to emotionally express themselves because they feel that first of all there is a sense of insecurity, then anxiety, all these things, and again they are not able to express themselves the way it is, and that is causing a lot of issues. Many of you are faculty members and you probably would understand that as well, that students are not able to even if they, and you can't blame a student because students, in many cases students are smart, they're intelligent, they're able to grasp things, but just they're not able to just express themselves emotionally. So again, there's a marked difference when people, these set of students or these set of people did Sahaj Yoga meditation, and you can see the positive impact of this meditation. So there was an overall personality change we saw in these group of people. Okay, moving on to the next one. I think I lost this slide. Just give me a second. Yeah. So this chart, if you look at, this is the chart that shows how this meditation will impact you physically. Physically, how will you feel it? And as I said, it is all about practical experience, and we will get to that very soon. But what you will see is that normally when, and again, it's from a personal experience, before getting into this meditation, let's say 14, 15 years back, I was trying to look for the different things, various forms of meditation. And when I was trying various things, most of the meditation techniques were guiding me or kind of showing me the way that towards the thing that you need to concentrate on something. So either you concentrate here or you focus on something else, and then you start to get into meditation. And what happens is normally when you try to focus on something, the moment you want to start focusing on something consciously, your focus goes away. You're not able to concentrate, and more so with the meditation. So when people say, okay, you sit in meditation and you don't think about anything, that's the moment you get all the thoughts that you don't want to think about. So what happens is that frustration usually causes your body temperature to rise. Whereas what should have happened in meditation, your body should have been relaxed. Meditation हमारी body को relax करती है, उसको stress नहीं करती. So if your body is relaxed, then in case of Sahaj Yoga meditation, what happens is this is your skin temperature, the x-axis here, your normal body temperature. And then when you follow this, practice this meditation, your body temperature drops. And in many cases, again, it's been backed by scientific proof. We have seen that body temperature drops by 1 to 1.5, in some cases 2 degrees. So meditation is all about you getting relaxed. Meditation is all about you getting cool. So this is what the physical impact of this meditation is on you when you start practicing it. When we do it now, some of you might feel it right away because that's the practical part of it. So I was talking about the thoughts. Now this is, I'll tell you when we get into this meditation, then what really happens. So there are thought waves all the time, and it is more so now, it is happening with everybody. We are always in the middle of thoughts, and there is hardly any time that thoughts are leaving us. So, there are times when you are very elated, when the thoughts are very, very positive. You say here, think about good things. You're able to, create a very positive environment around yourself. And suddenly you take a dip in your thought and you say, what's going to happen here? Abhi, things are so bad. I don't know where I will end up. Will I get a job or not? Will I sustain my job? What will happen to the money that's coming in, my EMI, stuff like that. So that causes more of a negative thought process inside you, leading to then more extreme form, that is, and if it stays there for a long time, you get these thoughts for a longer period of time, then eventually the depression starts setting in before you realize. Before any psychiatrist can tell you or tell somebody that you are going through a period of depression, people have actually entered that phase, and there are various phases of depression. So these thoughts keep bothering us all the time. What we really want to do And what's the kind of scenario or setup or our internal system that we really want to get into is we want to be in this state, which is a state between two thoughts, which means that if you're able to push your thoughts away and you can create a gap, that is the gap which is that is the time period where you can say that I'm thoughtless. Now, when I talk about thoughtlessness, sometimes again the first question that I get is that if you're not able to think, how will you plan? So there is some sort of misconception about thoughtlessness that first of all, when you become thoughtless, it doesn't mean that your mind stopped working. That's not the case. In fact, if you're able to get into a thoughtless state, and if you're aware about what you're doing, that's called thoughtless awareness. So when you have the awareness of what you're doing and you're thoughtless, your mind's capacity to plan, to think, to figure out issues becomes multiple times. It grows multiple times. So this meditation, whilst you're doing this meditation, this will increase this part in you more and more. You will be able to create a situation for yourself when you're not thinking unnecessarily. When you're supposed to think to plan, you will think, and your mind and your system will support you because of this meditation. But unnecessary thoughts, which don't have any meaning, only limits your capacity. In fact, it damages your capacity to do something good or perform at your optimum level. So you need that area wherein you are not thinking unnecessarily for you to be able to plan well when you have to plan well. And that's the state where you're thoughtless, but you're aware of what's happening to you. Now, I want to show you something. Sorry, okay. So this is you must have seen this body chart otherwise as well. This is not something which is created by me, but I just want to show you what this really means. And this is our subtle system. So we all are aware of our physical system. You know how your physical system works. Your eyes, your hands, nose, inside your body, whether it's your kidneys, liver, heart, everybody knows how it works. We are not doctors, but we still understand the majority part of it in terms of how the system works, and that is the physical part of it. And if you ask yourself a question that how is it working automatically, then you're forced to think that there is something inside us, which is actually called as autonomous nervous system or automatic nervous system. So this chart is actually showing you the automatic nervous system that is inside us, which is not visible to the naked eye. Even if the doctor is performing the surgery, that doctor will not be able to see the system. But these are the undercurrents. These are the undercurrents which are there inside us that are controlling our physical body. And they are controlling it automatically. Now, what does it mean? Let me just show you very basic things. So if you look at this, these are three channels as we call it. English में इसको channel कहते हैं, हिंदी में इसको नाड़ी कहते हैं. And these three channels, if you look at this one, this is the left channel, this is the blue one. इसको left channel को संस्कृत में, and you probably have heard about if you read the scriptures, it's mentioned in every single scripture. It's called Ida Nadi. And Ida Nadi is on our left-hand side, inside us, and it represents or it is responsible for creating all the desires in us. So if you have a desire to be something, to become something, to do something, smallest to the biggest of desire, that energy, that capacity comes from our left-hand side. It's generated by the Ida Nadi. If you look at the right side, this is yellowish channel. It's called the Pingla Nadi. And sorry, the Ida Nadi is also representing the emotions inside us. So your desires and emotion, and it is connected to your past. So everything that has happened in your past, it is all connected here. So it's the emotional side. It gives you the desire, and it is connected to your past. And then on the right hand side, this yellow one, it is called the Pingla Nadi. So when you have the desire, you need to fulfill that desire through some sort of an activity, right? So that activity, the energy, the capacity for you to perform that activity is given by Pingla Nadi. which is on your right hand side. So you have a desire, you have the activity, and that's how you do things. That's how we human beings, we do things. We desire something, and then we use our activity part, your energy, we activate that energy to do something physically or mentally. And this is also related to the future. So whenever you plan for the future, you're basically on this one. This side is activated. When you're thinking about your past, your left side, your Ira Nadi is activated. That's how the system is. And what happens is, when I talked about the thoughts are always about past or the future. It is very rare that we are in the present at this point of time. Even when I'm talking to you now, it's very possible that many of you are either thinking about the past or the future. It could be immediate future, what's going to happen next or tomorrow. It could be immediate past or distant past or distant future, or huge planning things that we are doing. So most of the cases, most of the people are always between past and the future, and the thoughts are always moving like a pendulum in a clock. And that leads to the extreme behaviors in most of the cases. So if you're stuck in your past or if you're stuck in the future, it doesn't mean anything. Past is gone. You can't do anything about it. Future is yet to come. You can only plan for it, but you cannot control it, right? But when do you plan? You start planning in the present. So the central channel, the nadi, this is called the Sushumna nadi. This is Sushumna nadi, and अगर तुसी पंजाबी पूछो तो सुखमना कहने नु जेड़ा सुखमनी साहब दा पार्ट हैगा वो इस नाड़ी दे ऊपर बने सुखमनी साहब दा पार्ट सन सब नु पता हैगा that is basically based on Sushumna, Hindi Sushumna, Punjabi Sukhumna nadi. And then this nadi, this is basically, it is responsible for our spiritual evolution, right? We all evolve physically, we know, right? Physically we grow like plants grow, every human being, every living thing grows. But at the if you really look at the evolution stage of evolution, we as human beings are probably at the highest stage of evolution now. Wherever we started, let's say an amoeba, went on to something else, became something else, and then maybe apes, and then we came on to this highest form of evolution as human beings, where we got this very complex body and a very free mind, which nobody else has. So this is the highest form of evolution. Now the next question is, how do we evolve further? Physically, there is no scope of evolving any further because we have what we got, right? You have the entire system, which is a very complex system, which nature has given us. So the next stage is the spiritual evolution, right? And spiritual word has to be used in a very practical context. It is the actualization of spirit. हमें सबको पता है हमारे अंदर आत्मा है. अब किसी भी लैंग्वेज में हम उसको कहें उसे आत्मा कहते हैं, रूह कहते हैं, spirit कहते हैं, whatever language that we use, we know there is something inside us that is actually responsible for us, that we live as a human being, and that has to grow. That has to come into our consciousness. Sometimes what happens is that we say, हाँ, साढ़े अंदर आत्मा हैगी है, we have the spirit, but that is probably a myth. Everybody knows that spirit is inside us, the body's 5 elements, it'll finish off, spirit will go further into the next level, but we have not experienced that. So spirituality का मतलब ये है that we have to be able to feel our spirit. It should be in our conscious mind. That happens through this nadi. अभी मैं थोड़ा सा आपको और explain करूँगा. Just give me a moment. And then if you look at these things, these are looking like flowers to you. These are called chakras, right? And in English, they are called energy centers. In scientific language, these are called plexuses. Now, these plexuses are there inside us, and they are controlling our physical body. So, plexuses are working inside us so that they can control our physical body. I'll give you an example. Let's say this is number 3 here. It's called Nabi Chakra. So everything which is there in our Nabi, around our stomach, whether it's your liver, kidneys, all your spleen, everything is controlled by the Nabi Chakra. If something goes wrong in this chakra, then it will have a physical impact. It will manifest as a physical problem around your stomach. So that's how all these chakras control your system internally. And if you look at this triangular bone, this inverted triangle, this is actually really under your spinal cord. So हमारी रीढ़ की हड्डी के नीचे ये triangular bone होती है, and this is called the sacrum bone, which is a Greek word which means sacred, pure, and it is pure for a reason. Why is it pure? Now, when you are, and all of us, before we were born, we were in our mother's womb. माँ के गर्भ में हैगे सीगे, माँ के पेट में थे हम, about 2 to 3 months old. There's an energy that is called Kundalini energy. It is the residual energy of the entire divine power. जितनी बड़ी nature है, divine power है, उसका छोटा सा हिस्सा is called Kundalini. पंजाबी चुनो सुरत कहते हैं. I'm sure you must have heard about it, Kundalini or Surat. It enters through the child's head from here, ऊपर. पंजाबी च इन्नू दसम द्वार कहते हैं, या संस्कृत च इन्नू सहस्त्रार कहते हैं. So this enters through our sahasra when we were in the mother's womb, 3 to 4 months old, and then it is, when it enters, it is connected to its source, which is the divine power. And slowly what happens is, when we take our birth, we are about 3 to 4 years old, this goes down and this settles in this triangular bone. And Kundalini, we say Kundalini because Kundal is like Saap. It is in the form of spiral and it settles there and it disconnects. You know, we grow older, we are all occupied with our work, with our families, with the material, paisa kamana, all these things are there. And then eventually we lose that connection. And when we lose that connection, this portion here, this gets calcified. Calcium layer. And when that calcium layer comes on the top of your head, this becomes hard. Where, I don't know if some of you are parents, probably you have kids at home. When you know you see a small kid, this bone is very soft and it palpitates. इसके अंदर धड़कन होती है. और when we grow up, this becomes hard. इसके ऊपर calcium की layer आ जाती है. और ये जो कुंडलिनी power है, this goes down and it settles here. While it is there, it is lying dormant. Dormant means it's not dead. It is not active. But while it is dormant, it is still controlling the entire system. So you can imagine the power of this energy, Kundalini power. While it is dormant, it is controlling our entire system. So when this rises, when this will rise, imagine how powerful it can be, right? And when it does, it rises, it nourishes all these chakras, and then it again comes out of your head, and then it connects to its source, the divine power, जहाँ से आई है, उसकी residual power है, उसका छोटा हिस्सा है, ये उससे दोबारा connect हो जाती है. So I'm just trying to show that in the form of a graphic to you. So that's how it rises. It activates all the chakras inside you, and every single chakra has a quality. You see this chart, and all these qualities, some of these I had shown you in the previous slide, which are all disintegrated. You have the power of forgiveness, you have the power of love and compassion, you have the power of creativity. When these chakras are activated by Kundalini, these powers, first of all, these powers, they rise, they become very active in you, and then this integrates. So you are able to use every single thing in a very integrated manner, and that actually really enhances your capacity as a human being, whether you talk about your personal life, you talk about your professional life. And since it is connected to the source, your capacity is almost unlimited. So there is no limit that you can grow while you practice this meditation. So this is the basic theory part that I wanted to talk about a little bit. And I think it is important for us now to get into the practical stage. So I will show you a couple of steps. I had told you earlier, this is, I had introduced Shri Mataji to you. Her name is Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, just to introduce it again. She is not just the founder of Sahaj Yoga. I talked about the Kundalini power. She is also the catalyst to trigger that power inside you. Now, you don't have to take me on the face value just because I'm saying it. It is all about experience, right? So my request or submission to you is now, since you have this opportunity now to sit in front of me, might as well use this opportunity and do this in a practical form. It will probably take not more than 5 minutes. I think we are okay with the time. Yes. So it will take about 5 to 7 minutes. This is the most important practical part. And then I'm very happy to answer some of the questions that you might have. So Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, as I said, is the catalyst. And when we do this practical form, what I told you about Kundalini, that Kundalini rises and it touches your head and it moves beyond that, that is something that should happen inside you. And when that happens, you will feel it in your hand and on top of your head. So this is something that we're going to do now in 5 minutes. I request you, I'm sure all of you are probably are sitting at home or wherever you're sitting in the office. If you're sitting on the chair, just try that both feet are apart, they are not touching each other. Cross legged नहीं बैठिएगा, अपने feet को ऐसे नहीं बैठना, अपने feet को ऐसे नहीं रखना. They should be apart, they should not be touching each other. If you can sit on the ground, even better. जैसे हम चौकड़ी मार के बैठे हैं, ऐसी आलती पालती मार के बैठे हैं, जिसने pictures से दिखाया. If you can sit like this is the most comfortable and the right posture to do meditation. And Sahaj Yoga is actually only about meditation. It's not physical exercise. Sahaj means simple. So it is very, very simple. You don't have to be uncomfortable in any way. If you're sitting on the chair, it's fine. Keep sitting on the chair. Keep your feet apart. If you can remove your footwear, please do that. And I will show you a couple of steps. I'll explain that to you, what we will do. And then we will all do it together. And once we do it together, then I'll talk about then we will look at the experience that you've had after that, right? 5 minutes only. So these are the 3 steps. So first step is, first of all, you'll keep both your hands on your lap. अपनी legs पे या फिर अगर हम चौकड़ी मार के बैठे हैं, दोनों हाथों को हम ऐसे रख लेंगे. You can do it now, and then when we do it together, then you can do it again, just for you to understand. And then you can lift your right hand and keep it on your heart. Heart is on the left hand side, right? And here we will pray. It's actually an affirmation. And these affirmations, these lines that I'm talking about, these are very important lines. So ये line आपको जो बोलने हैं अपने पूरे heart से, पूरे desire से बोलने हैं, because Sahaj is not only simple. Sahaj means this is your own birthright. Saja, Sat Janma. This is your birthright to do it, to achieve your spirit's experience. This is your birthright. So you're doing it for yourself, not because I'm asking you to do. Okay? So do these steps with all your heart, all your desires, since you have this opportunity. So first thing is keep your hand on the heart. And here we will say, I am the pure spirit. If you want to say in Hindi, doesn't matter, Hindi, Punjabi, whatever language you want to use, it means मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ. और वो हम क्यों कहते हैं? Because we all know, we have not felt it so far, हमारी आत्मा को, our spirit, we have not really felt it, but we all know that is the truth. So if it is the truth, we should be able to experience it, right? And to experience it, first of all, you need to assume your position that I am the spirit. Because हमारी body, these are 5 elements. They will finish at one time. Spirit is the real spirit. So you say, I am the spirit. In next step, you will take your right hand on your forehead. अपने माथे पे आगे हम ले जाएंगे, माथे की तरफ अपने माथे से ले जाएंगे नो. We will press it. थोड़ा सा दबावांगे अपने हाथ नाल. जिस तरह कि आप अपने सिर दर्द जब होता है तब दबाएंगे, जैसे हम सर दर्द में दबाते हैं. We will press it a little bit and we'll tilt our head forward. थोड़ा सर आगे झुका लेंगे. And here we have to say that I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Very, very important. You don't have to think about what people did to you, anything bad. चाहे वो सारे रिश्तेदार आ गए, चाहे friends आ गए, anybody, your colleagues. Just say that I forgive everybody, because you don't want to carry that baggage with you. And the moment you say I forgive, you're basically surrendering that thought to the divine power. So you have to say I forgive. And in the last step, you will stretch your fingers like this, and you keep your palm on top of your head like this. And अपने scalp को हम थोड़ा सा ऐसे rub करेंगे. Scalp घूमेगा सर के ऊपर. You know, there is a very thin layer of skin on top of our head, जिसको scalp कहते हैं. We will move it a little bit 7 times, and here we will pray, Shri Mataji or Mother, please give me my self-realization. या हिंदी ऐसे ही बोलना चाहिए, पंजाबी, कृपया मुझे मेरा आत्म साक्षात्कार दीजिए. सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन या आत्म साक्षात्कार का मतलब है वही जो मैंने आपको बताया, that you self is spirit and you want to realize your spirit. That means you want to experience your spirit, right? And the moment you say that, वो जो आपको मैंने प्रोसेस बताई थी, कुंडलिनी विल स्टार्ट राइजिंग and it will come above your head, and then you will start getting that feel. Okay, 3 steps are very clear. I hope it's simple for you. We will do it again. But before that, I just want to do two things here. We are all, as I said, there is a left. You remember I talked about Ida Nadi and Pingla Nadi? So one is basically responsible for your emotions, the other one is responsible for your activity and thoughts and planning. It is very important that we should balance ourselves, right? So what happens is that you both keep your hands. Let's start doing it now. Let's get into the practical part of it. So wherever you're sitting, keep both your hands on your lap. दोनों हाथ अपने चौकड़ी पे अगर टांगों पे रख लेंगे. And then we will keep the right hand on Mother Earth. अपना दायां हाथ Mother Earth पे, धरती पे रख लेंगे. If you're sitting on the ground, of course you can touch it, touch the Mother Earth. If you're sitting on a chair, you can hang your hand like this through the side. Side से आप hang कर लीजिए, जैसे कि इस पिक्चर में दिखाया. And here we will pray. Mother, please balance my left side. Now left side meaning that your emotional side is getting balanced. Please balance my left side. एक दो बार प्रे करेंगे. इससे हमारे अंदर जितने इमोशंस हैं, अगर वो अब हम if you are upset about something, it will start coming into balance because earth has that power of gravity to pull it. तभी ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਧਰਤੀ ਮਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਮਾਤਾ ਧਰਤ ਮਾਤ, ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ. Please balance my left side. Now slowly we'll bring back our right hand, both the hands on our lap, दोनों हाथ गोदिश. Now we will tilt our left hand, अपना बायां हाथ अपनी कोनी से मोड़ लेंगे to our elbow. Our palm is facing backwards, हथेली पीछे की तरफ. And here we will pray, Mother, please balance my right side. Now this is the side of your activity you're planning. If it is overactivated, then again it is extreme. So you will balance it for a minute. Please balance my right side. या मेरे दाएं भाग को संतुलित कर दीजिए. As I said, it doesn't matter whatever language you use, whatever words you use, but important part is that you get the message. Please balance my right side. अब धीरे से इस हाथ को वापस अपने लैप में ले आएंगे, गोद में ले आएंगे. And then we will perform now these 3 steps. So we will pray now to Shri Mataji, to Mother, and keep our right hand on our heart. We will look at her photograph and we will say, Mother, out of respect. You want to say Mother or Shri Mataji is completely up to you, out of respect. I am the pure spirit. मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ. Because that's the reality and you accept that reality. मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ. अगर अब आपका बीच में आंखें बंद करने का मन करे, अगर आपको रिलैक्सेशन हो रही है, you can also close your eyes. Please say it with all your heart. मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ. I am the pure spirit. अब धीरे से इस हाथ को very slowly we'll take it to our forehead. अपने माथे पे ले जाएंगे. We will press it a little bit. थोड़ा जा दबावांगे. And we'll tilt it forward. आगे थोड़ा जा झुका लांगे. And we'll say, Shri Mataji, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. As I said, you have to forgive everybody unconditionally without even thinking what somebody has done to you, whether it's a relative or a friend or a colleague, doesn't matter. And you say, I forgive myself because you want to get rid of any guilt feeling that you might have. हम सबको कोई ना कोई कई बार गिल्ट फीलिंग होती है that we've not done right things in our life. All have done, everybody has done something bad, which is fine. So we have to forgive ourselves without even thinking about it. So I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Please say it with all your heart. पूरे दिल से ये affirmation बोलेंगे. Then slowly you will, as I said, you will stretch your fingers, your palm, right on top of your head. This is called the fontanel bone area. Punjabi च ਇਹਨੂੰ ਦਸਮ द्वार किया गया है, fontanel bone area. Sanskrit his name is सहस्त्रार. Right on top, जो पहले हड्डी नरम होती सी बच्चे बचपन में, आपने देखी होगी अपने बच्चों की भी, आपके घर में कोई बच्चे होंगे तो अभी हमारी सख्त है, तो हम इसके ऊपर ये पाम अपनी रखेंगे और यहाँ हम पूरे हृदय से, पूरे दिल से, with all our heart, we will say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Very, very important affirmation. Self-realization, as I said, it's all about experiencing your spirit. Mother, please give me my self-realization. और इस स्कैल्प को हल्का हल्का 7 बारी घुमाएंगे. पूरा सिर नहीं घुमाना, सिर्फ स्कैल्प हल्का घुमाना, जो सिर्फ थोड़ी ऊपर से स्किन हिलेगी आराम से. 7 बार बोलेंगे, मदर प्लीज गिव मी माई सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन. ये सहज योग मैंने आपको बताया, दिस इज योर ओन राइट. ये आपके साथ जन्मा है एंड योगा मीन्स यूनियन. नाउ द पावर इनसाइड यू, कुंडलिनी पावर, इज हैज टू बी, इट्स यूनियन हैज टू बी विद इट्स डिवाइन सोर्स. सो उसके लिए आप ये मांग रहे हो. सो आप अपना हक मांग रहे हो और पूरे दिल से मांगो. प्लीज गिव मी माई सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन. दिस इज योर ओन राइट, बर्थ राइट. And now you will lift your hands slowly. अपने सर से थोड़ा सा ऊपर उठाएंगे, 2 या 3 इंच, और यहाँ देखेंगे कि हमारे सर में से कुछ ठंडा या गर्म निकल के हमारी हथेली पे लग रहा है. इट विल बी लाइक अ स्मॉल एयर ऑफ फाउंटेन, फाउंटेन ऑफ एयर, जिस तरह हवा का फौरा होता छोटा जा. Because this is the first time you might feel it very mildly. It could be cool, it could be warm. If it is warm, you just say, I forgive everybody. The moment you forgive, ये अगर warm है तो आस्ता आस्ता अपने आप ठंडा हो जाएगा. It will turn into cool air automatically. You can slowly bring this hand down, back in your lap. Now just check with your left hand, ताकि कोई doubt ना रहे. Take your left hand on top of your head. Don't touch it. And feel it. माथे से थोड़ा सा पीछे on top of your head. और यहाँ पे फील कीजिए कि यहाँ पे आपको कुछ ठंडा या गर्म लग रहा है. On your left hand. As I said, it could be cooler or warmer. And if it is warm again, you just say I forgive. Because this is a baggage. ये जो माफ नहीं करते ना, हमारे सर पे बोझा रहता है. तो जब बोझा रहता है तो फिर ये कुंडलिनी ऊपर जाती नहीं और उसको प्रेशर फील होता है, और बिकॉज ऑफ दैट आइदर इट इज वार्म और यू कांट फील इट. सो फॉरगिवनेस इज अ वेरी वेरी, यू कैन से इट्स अ मंत्र, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मंत्र. सो से आई फॉरगिव. यू कैन ब्रिंग इट बैक डाउन अगेन, चेक इट विद योर राइट हैंड एंड देन यू सी, अभी आपको वहीं फील हो रहा है ठंडा हुआ थोड़ा. You can bring your hands back in your lap. I hope, usually I do these sessions face to face, so I immediately get the response and people tell me whether they're feeling warm or cool, and it is always lovely to see. I hope I get this opportunity sometime to sit in front of you and do it, but I hope that you felt something, and if you did, whether it's warm or cool, it's a good sign. Again, good. I got some, yes, I'm getting some feedback and people are saying warmer, some are saying cool. Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So if you're feeling it, warm or cool, it's both is fine. It's a good sign. Warmer, I said, it could be if you, the moment you say I forgive, it will become cool, and it's not a bad sign. Warm is not a bad sign. It will become cool eventually. The thing that you felt it, it's a good sign. Brilliant. Thank you so much for your feedback. I'm getting it. So this is what the experience I was talking about. So it gives you peace, it relaxes you, and every time you do this meditation, it rises and you start feeling the cool. So अभी आपको cool feel हो रहा है आपके हाथों पे on top of your head, right? And when you do this practice, you practice this meditation every day, as I've been doing it for last 14-15 years now. आप मेडिटेशन करने बैठोगे, आपकी अटेंशन मेडिटेशन की तरफ आएगी और ये ठंडी हवा आपके हाथों पे चलनी शुरू हो जाएगी ऑटोमेटिकली. What is this? This is the experience of your spirit. ये आपकी आत्मा का एक्सपीरियंस है, which is inside you. It is reinforcing. आत्मा क्या है? परमात्मा का छोटा हिस्सा है जो हमारे अंदर है, जो हमारे पूरे सिस्टम को चला रहा है, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कुंडलिनी के साथ. This is reinforcing the fact that divine power is inside you and it's with you. And the more you do it every day, more, I'm not saying number of hours, it just takes about 10 minutes a day. That's all you need. Even if you can do it 10 minutes a day, every day, morning. If not morning, you're not able to do it in the evening sometime. 5 या 10 मिनट अगर आप निकाल लोगे तो ये कुंडलिनी रोज उठेगी और ये आपके सिस्टम को इतना प्योर, इतना क्लीन कर देगी. Any problem that you might face in your life, whether it's money, whether it's family, whether it's any sort of bimari, whatever the issue is, you will start getting solutions very, very soon, because divine power that was almost a myth will become a reality for you. And this is again my personal experience. I am not gaining anything out of it. There is no commercial angle to it. There is no money involved. It is all free of cost. So there is no personal gain. It is because we have gained. So we try that you also gain something out of it. So please spend 10 minutes a day, and you don't have to do everything that we did today. I told you how you balance your left side. These are the 3 things. If you do, that's good enough, right? So you can do your balancing of left side. So keep your left hand on your lap, right hand on Mother Earth, left side, then your right hand on your lap, and then left hand towards the sky. Here your right side is balanced, which is your futuristic planning and all other things. And then you bring your hands on the lap, and all you say, you have photograph of Shri Mataji in front of you, which you can take from Google or whatever Google images. And you say, Mother, please connect me to divine. That's all you have to say. Again, irrespective of the language, that doesn't matter. You belong to any culture, any background, it doesn't matter. It is your spirit. All of us have got the same spirit. So ये सब हमारे अंदर है, and that Kundalini is our personal mother that takes care of us. It will never bother you. It will never hurt you. It will be very smooth exercise. Just keep doing it every day for 10 minutes, and you will feel the difference, right? So this is if you want to get some more information, these are the websites. You can go up to that. You can make a note of these websites. There's a lot of information, but as I said, try to get into the meditation first, 5 minutes every day, as I explained it to you, and then you see the difference. If you want to know more, you can go onto this website. We have centers all over the world. When situation is better, Corona is gone, there is collectivity available, then you can find out a center on these websites close to your home, and then you can go there once in a week. You don't pay anything for it. And as I said, it's all voluntary. There is no fee charged ever. Okay. So now it's time for some question and answers, of course, in case you have. And I think we have already posted something for the feedback in the chat column. So you can click on that. Somehow I'm not able to see the chat. Just give me a second. Chandrakantji, I hope you have posted. I think I saw that you posted the feedback link.
Ravinder sir, yes, I am there. I posted feedback link. So I request you all participants, please fill the feedback form. It will just take a 2 minute. And thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful session. If participant, if you have any question, please feel free to unmute your mic and ask a question directly.
Hello, sir. Harvinder Singh, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. This session is really nice.
Thank you.
Times like this, we all need to inculcate a kind of meditation in our lives. So
Yes.
far we are not doing any kind of meditation, but after your presentation, we felt that it is really the high time to practice meditation and do practice meditation every day. Thank you so much, sir, for giving this wonderful lecture.
Wonderful. Thank you
We
for
all
the opportunity.
really, we all really enjoyed our session a lot, sir. Once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you. It's a great feedback for me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Please do it. Please follow it for 5 minutes a day. That'll bring a huge difference. If anybody has any questions, you can feel free to ask me these questions. I'm more
And
than
I
happy
also
to.
personally want to thank the Punjab Engineering College for bringing this meditation sessions in between the technical sessions. So far we have attended so many FDPs, but nobody has conducted this kind of meditation and yoga kind of things. So really we want to thank to Punjab Engineering College for bringing you to this particular session. Thank you so much, sir, to all the coordinators of this FDP. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and we are thankful to AICTE for the same.
So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer to the best of my ability.
So thanks, Amandeep, ma'am. Thanks, Amandeep, for coordinating. Thank you very much. Thanks, Poonam, ma'am, for inviting us. We have few more session on Fedbook, foot soak and ice pack treatment, and some music therapy. If you are interested, maybe you can contact us, and we can conduct some more session. So thanks again. If there is no question, we can log off from the system. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
There is a question coming that has come twice where someone wants to know how is Sahaj Yoga different from traditional yoga?
Sorry, the question is how is Sahaj Yoga different from the traditional yoga?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, I think in terms of the literal meaning of yoga, sometimes it's been kind of construed as the physical exercise. So yoga is not about that's pranayama and other physical exercises. Yoga's actual meaning is union. So union means as I said, there's energy inside us, Kundalini energy, and the source is the divine power. It has to connect again, right? So that is the real difference, the practical part of it. It is not the theory. Many other people, you probably read in many other books or scriptures that it is supposed to happen. But how will it happen? How will we feel it? That is the Sahaj Yoga all about. That is the practical thing. So if you've read about it, it's good enough. It's like if you're taking a medicine, right? So if you keep reading the prescription, it will not work on you. You have to eat the medicine to get okay. So this is like the practical part of it. That is the main difference. Unless you really, and as I said, spiritual is a amalgamation of two words, spirit and actual. So now what has happened is today is the actualization of your spirit. You have really felt that in the form of cool or warm air. So since the till the actualization doesn't happen, it is not really spirituality. It is mere a word that has been overused, that has been uh, exploited in many ways. So unless you really see this happening, this is not real meditation. That is the basic difference. So trust me, I've tried almost everything before I got into Sahaj Yoga. I hope I answered your question.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Do you have any other questions? All right. I think we are fine. So I just want to thank everybody, the management of the college, institution, all the participants. This is great that you've been able to find some time and do this. My only request to you again is that please try this 5 to 10 minutes every day. At least try it for a week, and then you see how your system automatically changes. You will see the transformation and the changes inside you. There will be a lot that you will see. So my pleasure. Thanks again. I'm getting some great messages. Thank you again, all of you, for being here. And as Chandrakantji said, that we will probably conduct some more sessions. You can get on the website and get more information. So I wish you all the best in everything that you do. Take care, stay safe, look after your families. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you all the participants. So we'll be starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Just like the schedule says. So the session will be on biometric security by Dr. Sanjeev Sofath. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.